if Bitcoin goes to $13 million a coin, then Bitcoin will go from 0.5% or 20, 30 basis points of the world's capital assets to 13% of the world's capital assets. That Bitcoin is a digital commodity, an asset without an issuer. Basically,
well, under that requirement that there is no issuer, I don't think any cryptocurrency would really qualify. Is that your estimation?
No, one does.
Oh, except Bitcoin.
Bitcoin qualifies.
But any other ones?
Well, that's been the debate for, I think, Friday night after that summit. I think the most important thing said in this industry in 4 years was said Friday night, and I think it missed a lot of people's attention. I don't think people really realize what happened. David Sachs, the crypto czar, went on the All In podcast, and on the All In podcast, he said unequivocally that the U.S. government only recognizes one crypto asset as being decentralized. So what Sachs said was Bitcoin is a decentralized asset, a store of value. That's why it's in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's the only one. And so what you had was a member of cabinet responsible for digital assets policy, in essence, providing very clear guidance. The strategic Bitcoin reserve got elevated to a primary, if not the primary priority, with the executive order and forth. Like, let's take the fork wars, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi vision. Even if you fork Bitcoin and you maintain that's a commodity, they're all going to zero if the use case is store of value or cap or money, right? So what Sachs said was Bitcoin is a decentralized asset, a store of value. That's why it's in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's the only one. And so
you don't think any other cryptocurrency qualifies to be in a strategic reserve in the United States other than Bitcoin because of its decentralization and it has no issuer?
I think there's only one universally acknowledged digital commodity in the world.
Okay.
Right? There's only one. There's Bitcoin. I've said that, right? There is no second best. I've implied, and all these other assets are going to be traded in for Bitcoin. And there's no point at this point you can ever create a global money that's a crypto commodity because Bitcoin has $1 trillion of smart money behind it. So the strongest form of long-term money, which I'll call capital, is Bitcoin right now. Don't sell the Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin appeals to the people that want immortal capital. And in the executive order designated just Bitcoin to go in the reserve, said